Hey guys, James here from TCGU University coming back at you with another deck profile. Today I'm going to be showing you Travis's Seong Na deck. This deck was incredibly not fun to play against. When it goes off, and it goes off very well. So make sure to show Travis some love down below, and let's get into it. Okay guys, Seong Na is a 531 with all good order. She has two abilities: form once per turn, add one asset from your discard pile to your staging art, only playable if your opponent has more committed foundations than ready. And then E, once per turn, your attack gets +3 speed and stun 3. If this attack is blocked, add it back to your hand, or add it to your hand. Cool note on her bottom ability: if you play this ability for your opponent's attacks, they can't add back to your hand and they end up getting removed. Funny rules, little hijinks, I guess. Hopefully that gets fixed, but as of right now it has not been. So that's how that'll work. So let's get into the deck. You got 4 Let's Cut Loose. You get to add foundations from your discard pile to your hand, get to draw a card, get to move foundations from your card pool to your staging area, and draw a card. It's just a very good aggressive tool as well as a defensive tool if you need to pick up blocks. 1 Manji Sword and Fuma Blade. R, once per turn. Check a 7. After you play a weapon card, your opponent destroys 1 foundation. And then E, check a 5. If you have 3 or more weapon cards in your card pool, draw a card. Getting to draw a card because you have 3 or more weapon cards in your card pool is very easy with her, especially even as a 5-hander, because you get to add with Let's Cut Loose and most of your attacks are weapons. It's just very easy. 1 Fiddlesticks. Shout out to these guys. It's a 2/5, 3 low block. E, twice per turn, destroy 1 ready foundation, draw a card. And then E, once per turn, add 1 card from your momentum to the top of your deck. Basically, you can get to draw a card of your choice from your momentum, or just kind of get rid of cards you don't need to keep yourself out of deadlock. 2 Scarlet Thunder. E, discard momentum. If your non-throw attack deals damage, add 1 other card from your card pool to your hand. It's very strong. And then the other ability is a Seong Na E, remove only. Add up to 2 cards from your card pool to your hand. Basically, pick up cards you've already played and then get to play them again, which is really nuts with her ultra rare and a couple other things in this deck. Then one of my favorite cards that Travis played against me this week is Psychic Spirit Glass. F, form remove. Your opponent reveals their hand. You choose 1 card revealed this way, and your opponent's not allowed to play copies of that card for the rest of the turn. This card was super, super good. He would stun my board, and then because all my stuff would be committed, he just adds this in and then chooses 1 card in my hand I'm not allowed to block with and just kind of confirm what's going to kill me. It was really, really good. 1 Palindrome. R, commit 1 foundation before the block step of this attack. You return it back to its printed damage. Your opponent can flip 1 foundation to cancel this. It's just a very good foundation that forces your opponent to either flip cards they don't want to have in their staging area. You force them to flip all their stuff and they never get to play abilities, or you get to take less damage. And being a 5-hander with a lot of health just means you live longer. 1 Kali Yuga. If you have 6 or less foundations, you get to pick up weapon cards, and we play a bunch of weapons. Yeah, so you pick up your weapon attack and get to play it again. It's just super nuts, especially with her asset that does it. It just makes a lot of attacks in 1 turn. Her asset is the best card in her deck. Breaker 2, powerful 4, 5/5 for 5 diff, 3 control, 1 mid block. E, you can destroy assets in your staging area in addition to momentum to pay the cost for its powerful ability. And then R, card pool, destroy 1 asset. After an action card is played, you can cancel its effects and then destroy 1 foundation as an enhance. Add 1 asset or foundation from your discard pile to your staging area. So you just get to add anything you want. It's just super, super good. Gives you foundations and increases your staging area presence, as well as giving you assets that just gives you the ability to just go off, as well as just being a weapon for all your weapon cool combos. For Nutcracker, Nutcracker says we get to add things like Sentimorals and Reborn Human into our card pool where they don't count. Let us draw a card. Gets damage against males. Has EX3. Has Breaker 2. It's just an all-around good card. It's just very good. Drawing cards in a 5-hander is incredibly good. So that's why Akimbo's in here. Same reason. Nutcracker adds cards to our card pool. We can play things beforehand with, and then play our Akimbo to be able to draw cards, and then get damage off of that, as well as get speed from Seong Na. And then stun is just super, super strong, and it turns this akimbo from like a 3/3 into like, I think it's like a 6/8 minimum, basically with stun 3. It's just nuts, especially on like just a 4-diff that gets to draw you cards. Super good. We're playing mainly weapons, so face splitter. It's a 3/4 that gets +1/+1 for every weapon in our card pool, as long as it combos with a weapon. Super good. 3 Radiant Wing. It's a stun 1 weapon, 4 mid for 6. It gets +1 damage for each one of our opponent's committed foundation. Each foundation our opponent has committed this enhanced step. And then if it's not blocked, we get to draw a card. Super, super good. And then with Seong Mina, if they do block it, you get it back to your hand. You just get to play it again. Super, super strong. And then 1 from Science with Love. E, this attack is multiple X. X equals the number of face-down foundations in our opponent's staging area. And then E, add the top X cards of your deck to your momentum. X equals the number of assets in your staging area as well. Super strong. Lets us sweep a bunch of momentum, as well as just lets us, if need be, multiple out a very big long string of attacks. 4 Sentinels, like I was talking about earlier, just lets you add in with Nutcracker, play beforehand for other things, and just increase our card pool count for things like Nutcracker, Akimbo, and such, as well as just having the ability to add them down with Let's Cut Loose is just very, very good. For Petrol Powered, if we have this in our hand, we just play it, add it down. It gives 2 damage to our next attack, and it just means our next attack gets +3 speed, +2 damage, and stun 3 just because of Seong Mina. It's just super strong like that. We're playing 4 Original Mecha Ninja. It gives +2 to a weapon check, 3 low block. It's a 2-diff, and then we can check 4s twice, 1 and 1, for +1 damage or +1 speed to our mid and high respectively. Super good. We're playing 4 Radiation. You can destroy this card in addition to momentum, and in addition to discard momentum, to play EX abilities. And then E card pull, remove if you have a printed hand size less than your opponent, draw 1 card. Super strong. You can add it in with things like Nutcracker, or you can just play it on yourself. And then if you have a less hand size than your opponent, you just get to draw a card with this. Super good. A worthy opponent. We can pay 1 to give something +2 or -2 damage once per turn, and then E flip, remove 1 card in either player's card pool. Discard pile. It just says we get rid of problem cards we don't want to deal with, as well as just giving free damage or free damage hate to increase our life as well, increase how long we live. We will almost always have an asset, so never a day without training is very strong for us. E flip, discard 1 card, draw a card, or if we do have at least one asset, E flip, draw 1 card. Super nuts, increases our hand size. It's a spam with a 2 low block. Super good. Like I said earlier, we're playing 4 Reborn Human. While it's in the card pool, it doesn't count towards progressive to play attacks, as well as while it's in the card pool, we gain 1 vitality every time an attack does damage. It's very good for blocking. It's very good for attack strings. It's all around really solid card if we do card pool manipulation. 3 Feifei, flip, negative speed, lets you block. Super good. 2 Telekinetic Mastery, just get to hate on some speed and damage our opponents give, just to extend our life total to the littlest bit more. 2 True Identity, gives +2 to our checks, and then we can add it in with like Scarlet Meteor and whatnot, bring it down with Let's Cut Loose. Just gives us multiple times where we get to use True Identity and plus our checks, and we almost never get to fail them. It's pretty good. Travis had a term where he had like +3 to like everything for like a while. It was pretty sick. Wanda Sun's Love, basically commit, you get to draw a card. Then if your opponent wants, they can gain 1 momentum and you get to draw 2. Basically, having a +1 hand size on our characters is super, super good. 1 Warrior of a Lost Clan. It's a unique weapon, 2/6, 3 mid block. That says we get to switch damage and speed properties for our weapon attacks, as well as get to destroy foundations if we have 3 or more in our card pool. Just super good. 1 Wandering Pirate. After it's committed, we get to ready another card. After it's ready, we get to ready another card. Raised on our opponent's turn. Super, super strong card. And then 1 Daughter of the Bladed Rod. E, once per turn, you can look at the top 3 cards of your deck, and your opponent discards 1 of them, and then you get to put the rest on the top in any order. And then Deadlock E, add 1 of your opponent's foundations to their bottom of their deck, which is very good deadlock hate. That's not super overpowerful in my opinion, but the getting to look at the top card of your deck and then play a bunch of draw cards in his deck is just super strong. Thanks again for checking out the profile, guys. If you like the Seong Mi-Na deck, make sure to leave a comment down below for Travis to read. If you want to support us, go to patreon.com/TCGU University. If you want to go ahead and throw us a like, share, comment, subscribe on our YouTube channel, that'd be great as well. As always, guys, stay learned.